Hi, my name is Mecca Betts, and for my systematic survey review, I decided to do aromatherapy, and specifically, I wanted to focus on the importance slash the role of aromatherapy on our health. I guess kind of its impact on our health and what it does for us. So I chose 3 scientific literature studies and 3 popular literature articles to gather some information about aromatherapy's effect on our health. So the first scientific literature article that I chose was the effect of inhalation aromatherapy in patients undergoing cardiac surgery. So obviously patients who are undergoing cardiac surgery are going to have lots of stress and anxiety about the surgery because it is a major surgery, and aromatherapy is supposed to have or thought to have major effects on stress and anxiety and major calming effects. So in this study, it was nine randomized control studies on 656 patients. 8 of those randomized control studies were inhaling lavender oil, and the other one randomized control study was inhaling rose oil. And at the end of the study, they found that lavender oil drastically reduced anxiety, pain, and heart rate in these patients. The next scientific study that I did was the effect of aromatherapy application on cognitive functions in daytime sleepiness. And this specific study was done on elderly in a specific nursing home. It was done on 39 elderly patients, and what they had to do was, for 1 week in the mornings, they had to inhale rosemary lemon mixture, and then there was a washout period following that 1 week, and then the following week after that, they did the same thing with lavender oil, except they were told to inhale lavender oil in the evenings. And at the end of this study, they found lower daytime sleepiness in the elderly, which is actually a good thing. It means that they were not as sleepy during the day before aromatherapy. They also found higher cognitive function within the elderly, which again is a good thing. The next scientific literature that I found was increase in diastolic blood pressure. Does it have an effect on sympathetic nerve activity? And there were 2 studies within this one study. So the first one was 13 healthy men were given grapefruit oil and told to inhale that for 10 minutes. Study 2, 9 healthy men, same thing, were told to inhale grapefruit oil for 10 minutes. They wanted to specifically do healthy men, so they excluded anyone with cardiovascular issues, hypertension, or endocrine disease, just because they wanted to see the effect in healthy patients. So blood pressure and heart rate were continuously measured during the study, and at the end of the study, they found that the inhalation of grapefruit oil did induce and increase diastolic blood pressure, so not systolic, in healthy men. My first popular literature source was from the website monq.com, and basically it was written by someone who practices aromatherapy. She talked about the shift from conventional medicine practices like going to the doctor and getting pills for for anxiety, to alternative medicine, which is yoga, acupuncture, aromatherapy, things like that, and how more people are shifting to the alternative medicine side. She talked about benefits, obviously, of aromatherapy, reducing pain, anxiety, improving sleep, things like that. She also mentioned that it could be good for chronic pain, which I did not know. My next popular source was from WebMD, and it basically talked about how some essential oils can be made from plants, roots, and herbs, things like that. I didn't really know where essential oils came from, so that was very interesting. It's supposed to activate areas of your brain, specifically the limbic system, which plays with your emotions. And it also talked about safety practices, how essential oils can be dangerous if used incorrectly. You do have to dilute them because they are very strong by themselves. Essential oils can potentially cause irritation to the skin, to the eye, some of your mucous membranes. They can cause allergic reactions, so you do need to use them correctly. And then the last popular source that I found was a video course taught by a DNP, and she basically talked about what aromatherapy is. Again, its benefits, but she did mention two benefits that I had no idea about before, and I'm not sure about how accurate this is, but she did talk about smoking cessation, and possibly kidney stones. So I didn't have any scientific literature to back that up. I'm not sure how accurate that is, but it was interesting because I didn't know that about aromatherapy. So I would probably rely more on the scientific literature, just because this was actual people who were being studied. These were actual people who experienced the effects and the benefits over, people online who can just have their own biased opinion. So I would definitely go with the scientific literature. I learned a lot from this, and